What's up, addicts? Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. We are about 9 days away from the NFL Draft, and in this video, we're going to be breaking down Jeudy, wide receiver out of Alabama, giving you guys a pre-draft analysis of what we think we can expect from him in fantasy for dynasty and for redraft. Anyway, before we get into it, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me out a lot, and we'll see you in the video. Before we get started, check out the link in the description. We are offering a free tail kickoff special for our fan companion tool. You get access all the way up into the kickoff of the NFL season for absolutely free, so make sure you check out that link. All right, as I said, breaking down Jeudy, wide receiver out of Alabama, same age as Mr. CeeDee Lamb. Now, both of these guys are getting compared all over the place in terms of who's the better wide receiver out of this class. And it seems like there's a pretty even split between CeeDee Lamb and Jeudy. I side on the CeeDee Lamb is better, but it's not a massive gap. Neither of these guys are your prototypical gigantic alpha X receivers that you used to see command like the first round draft capital, guys like your AJ Greens and your Julio Jones types. But both of these guys are very respectable at being able to play both in the slot and outside routes. So I think they're going to find a lot of success in the NFL. I think both Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb will probably end up teams will try to find a role for them similar to what we're seeing the Saints use with Michael Thomas, where they do play a lot of routes out of the slot. And I think that is, playing to their strengths. You look at Jeudy's metrics, 6'1", 193 pounds, so an inch shorter than CeeDee Lamb and about 5 pounds lighter, so pretty comparable in terms of body size. A little bit faster 40 time than CeeDee Lamb, 80th percentile, but a lot lower speed and burst score. And this is seen in his tape review. You can definitely tell that he learned pretty early on that he doesn't necessarily have the elite burst to be able to create separation at the end of his route. So he's basically created a lot of style moves, either with jukes or different types of deceptiveness to his routes to try to create that space that he isn't able to just create based on pure physical traits alone, which helped him out a lot in college. It could end up not being nearly as effective in the NFL with much more seasoned corners that will know that is the angle to his game. So in terms of upside, I do think that definitely limits Jeudy's upside overall. I don't think that there's any real risk with Jeudy busting. I think he definitely is one of the safer picks that you have. I just don't think he carries the same league-changing upside that you see in a guy like CeeDee Lamb or even a guy like Denzel Mims. I think both of them carry significant upside that no guarantee they hit it, but if they do hit it, you're going to be far and away in a better position than taking Jeudy. Now, Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, I talked a good bit about potential landing spots in the CeeDee Lamb video. I think Jeudy is likely going to be drafted right next to CeeDee Lamb, most likely going to either the Raiders or the Jets. Could fall a little bit farther if he goes to the 49ers. I think that would be a pretty interesting landing spot, being able to couple with Deebo Samuel. But if he goes to the Raiders or the Jets, which is where he's highly likely to go based on current projections and mock drafts, we're looking at, again, a similar player to what we're expecting from CeeDee Lamb. If he goes to the Raiders, I think that'll be all right for his redraft potential. Going to a team that is in need of a true wide receiver one. Hunter Renfrow and Tyrell Williams, not necessarily guys that you'd want to be your wide receiver one. Definitely be some target competition there, and then same problem that we noted with CeeDee Lamb if he goes to the Raiders is there's a lot of quarterback uncertainty there right now in Oakland. If he goes to the Jets, at least we know we have Sam Darnold. With Robbie Anderson gone, Jeudy would be the main receiver there with Brashad Perriman and Jamison Crowder. He might end up playing a mixed role, swapping out in the slot with Crowder and Jeudy. But either way, I still think the Jets are a slightly better landing spot for these receivers just based on the greater quarterback certainty in Sam Darnold, which could end up being completely false if Sam Darnold falls on his face this year, but he's shown a lot of promise in his first 2 years. Looking at stats alone, we can see, pretty decent yards per reception, not quite the same amount of a yak monster that we saw with CeeDee Lamb, but still pretty respectable. More receptions in his senior year than Lamb got, 77 for 1,163 yards. Really good catch rate, higher catch rate than CeeDee Lamb. We did see in CeeDee Lamb's tape, did have some concentration drops, especially in that game against LSU in the playoff game, and less of that with Jerry Jeudy here. 14 and 10 touchdowns. Definitely has a very strong ability to run routes, probably on par. I think I like CeeDee Lamb just a little bit better because of his greater athletic traits with his burst, but both of these guys are terrific route runners. Are going to be at the elite tier of route runners in the NFL once they're there. A little bit lower dominator rating than CeeDee Lamb, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that they also had Henry Ruggs in Alabama. Really good percentile yards per reception. So very good prospect. Again, I think he's probably the safest pick of all the receivers that will go in the first round. I just don't think that it gives you a lot of extra upside. I think we've seen what Jerry Jeudy can be, what he will be. Best comparable, Jeremy Maclin. Also, a couple other names that he compares with from a metric standpoint are Reggie Wayne, which would be much higher upside if he goes to a team with a good quarterback, and then Percy Harvin. So good fantasy players, good guys that end up being low end wide receiver 1s, high end wide receiver 2s. I think that would be your upside and your expectation for Jerry Jeudy, and I don't think his floor is very low. So definitely a safe pick. I would just shoot for the upside with CeeDee Lamb if you're going a wide receiver in the first round of rookie drafts. And based on where he goes, he could actually be the most valuable rookie receiver in redraft leagues, just because he already has a lot of his skills are already pretty solid. CeeDee Lamb has a little bit of work to do in the catch department, and tries to do a little bit too much with his routes every now and then, so it's going to take a little bit more time to get on the same page with this quarterback, which could also be hampered by the global pandemic going on right now. If players don't get much time to actually practice with their new teams, it could definitely hurt guys like CeeDee Lamb in his rookie year a little bit more. But overall, projecting for the future, I'd rather have CeeDee Lamb than Jerry Jeudy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, 9 days before the NFL draft, I'm going to be breaking down some more receivers and tight ends over the course of the next couple of days, and then we'll come back and double it up and redo some of these and just do some ranking videos after these teams or after these players have been drafted to their teams. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.